And we're live. Hi. It's Jake and Joy from jakeandjoy.com. I'm Joy, that's Jake. And we always come here on Monday mornings to give you tips and tricks to have an unstoppable life that you love. And if you're joining us out there in real time, just let us know where you're joining us from. Jump on and say hi. And if you're listening to us as a replay, just let us know that you're listening as a replay. You can put that in the comments section. And feel free to share this video with your friends, your team, anyone you care about, anyone you love, if you got value from it. And if you didn't get value about it, just keep that to yourself. At any rate, we really hope that you guys will get value from everything that we bring you. And we'd also like it if you'd follow us on Instagram. I guess we have an Instagram account.
Yes, our handle is Jake and Joy Kelly, all spelled out.
And we that's the same handles?
It's a handle. That's called a handle.
Handle. Is it called handle everywhere?
Instagram, Twitter. I think those are the only.
We also have Twitter.
Which
I'm going to learn how to tweet.
Yes, and our handle on Twitter is Jake and Joy with the "and" spelled out. Jake and Joy. You can follow us there. We post lots of times a day and all kinds of interesting, fun stuff. Different things than we go live about here. So it's kind of cool. You can on all of our platforms we post different stuff, so you get value from all those different places, different stuff, which is pretty cool. And
Instagram.
And she's gonna learn how to do Insta stories. So that's when it's gonna get real exciting because then you'll never know what's coming. It's gonna be great.
I will learn how to do that this week. I promise.
Okay.
But let's get started. We are Joy and Jake from jakeandjoy.com, and we're so happy that you're joining us this Monday. On Mondays, we like to bring you things that will enhance your beingness. And that you may take that into your business and you may not, because you may not have a side hustle like we do and you may not be interested in that, but we want you to have an amazing, amazing life. Because wouldn't it be cool if everybody like really loved their life? Can you imagine how different the world would be if everyone just loved their life?
There'd be no angry drivers, no road rage.
How cool would it be? Nobody abusing their kids, nobody abusing their wives, nobody, abusing their husbands. It'd just be peace and tranquility, right? We'd all be Gandhi. It would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's making me think of a joke to tell on Wednesday. I'm going to do that.
Okay, good.
So
if
today,
you want to hear the joke, you have to tune in on Wednesday.
Yes.
We have limited her to only telling jokes on Wednesdays, because otherwise she would tell jokes every single time we went live, and you just can't have that.
So yes, tune in on Wednesdays for my jokes. But today we want to talk about a simple thing that you can do in your life that will increase your energy levels, increase your focus, improve your mood, give you a better memory, and what else?
Help with impulse control.
Oh, impulse control. I don't know anything about that.
I
don't know anything about impulse control.
And increased productivity, and which all of those things are so important for any a side hustle, for a regular hustle, your regular job. All those things are so important because when we don't have the energy to get through the day, it makes trying to add in anything else pretty much impossible. So this is super, super important.
So last week we talked about the importance of plants, and that's kind of a shocking thing to think about. People don't think about like how important it is to get plants in your diet. They think, oh, fruits and vegetables, but it's actually plants, getting more plants in your body every day. You know what else you should get? You know what else you might want to get into your beingness every day? What is it?
Exercise.
It's exercise.
People hate that.
If you're an exerciser, you're going, duh. And if you're not an exerciser, you're going, ugh. No way, I'm never exercising. And surprisingly, statistically, only 25% of Americans exercise on a regular basis.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it's really crazy. So if you are somebody who exercises regularly, I live in a bubble. I live in Santa Barbara, and I would say probably everybody here exercises. I mean, you rarely run into someone who doesn't exercise.
Yeah.
It's just not PC to not exercise. But, here's the thing is that we evolved in a world where exercise was plentiful and food was scarce. And now we live in a world where exercise is scarce and food is plentiful. So, if you lived through the Super Bowl yesterday, which was one of the most boring Super Bowls ever.
Great defense.
Great defense. Great defense. But if you were in the Super Bowl, you probably were witnessing large amounts of food being consumed by somebody in your life. I resisted the temptation to get a pizza, which I usually do on Super Bowl. I was alone, and it was really super fun. I actually exercised during the Super Bowl. And that's what we want to talk to you about today, about how to put exercise in your life when you don't have to go out and hunt down your food, right?
Yep.
So a lot of times people say, I don't have enough energy to exercise after I get home from work. And that's probably true. You probably don't have energy, that it doesn't feel like you want to go exercise. So there's a couple of things that you can do to get around that. You can get up 15 minutes earlier in the day. Just 15 minutes will really dramatically change the way that you feel, the way that your energy is. You can, instead of coming home after work and then going to the gym, you could go to the gym on your way home. Have your clothes in the car. You could also make it a date with your family. So that you can, we're going to give you a lot of tips, but first let's go through the benefits of exercise, okay? Yeah. So the first one is increasing your energy, and just a small amount of movement every day, just even in your living room, will increase your energy level.
Yeah, and that's something that I've noticed, that I really notice, and I'm sure if you are someone who exercises regularly, you notice this also. But like so if I wait till the end of the day to exercise and I'm super tired, I don't want to. But if I can get myself to do it, I have so much energy. Like it's like it totally revitalized me, even if it's a quick workout. So it's kind of interesting to see that like we do have energy. We do have, even though we don't feel like we have it, we can get it. So we can, by exercising, which seems counterintuitive, we'll get more energy by exercising. And so for me, I live out in the middle of nowhere, kind of. And so my gym is about a 30-minute drive away. So 30 minutes each way to go work out for half an hour just seems totally crazy to me. So a lot of days I don't go to the gym. And so I was not exercising for a little while because I was like, I can't go to the gym, so I'm not exercising. But there are so many things that you can do at home in 10 or 15 minutes that is better than nothing. 10 to 15 minutes is all really like is a lot better than none. Shoot for 30 minutes if you can, but 15 is good. So Pinterest has tons of awesome, really simple workouts. So you can start whatever level you're at. And it's also kind of cool for people who they're like not quite ready to go to a gym yet. Maybe you're like just getting back into exercising and the gym feels like daunting, which definitely happens. You can just get some workouts off of Pinterest, do them at home until you start to feel more confident, more comfortable, and then you can get to the gym. I also actually got an app that is a workout app that I love, and her workouts are 28 minutes each. And so you can choose to do the full thing or the half thing or whatever. And so that has totally changed my mindset and my excitement around exercising, because I know that I don't have to go get in the car or driving. I can also like split up the workout throughout the day. So finding some simple solutions like that for you at home or in the office or wherever is really, really key.
YouTube has a lot of good videos too. So I'm just getting back into yoga after a brief break for 20 years. And I used to do yoga regularly. I used to teach yoga, and I was just like, what the WTF? What? I can't even hold these. And here in Santa Barbara, yoga is like it's like
a religion.
It's like hold this pose, do this, do that. And it's crazy. So I hired an instructor to come in, but it was too long. It was taking too long. She's an awesome instructor. In fact, we're going to have her on a podcast this week on Thursday. She's an awesome instructor. But I between learning how to play tennis, getting my run in, and doing everything I had to do, doing like an hour and a half of yoga just wasn't working. So now I'm doing every morning. And if you guys remember when we talked about Brendon Burchard's book, we talked about having a morning routine. Every morning I am doing 10 to 20 minutes of yoga. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but I am getting stronger already. I've been doing this now for a couple of weeks. Okay, 10 days. But I am getting a lot stronger and a lot more confident, so that like I go back and I do a routine that I was struggling with before, and now I can do it. I guess they don't call them routines; they call them vinyasas. So it was pretty cool. And the cool thing about doing that first thing in the morning is that brings us into our second point, which is it increases your focus. So if you could start every day with just a little bit of movement, according to Dr. John Rady, who's written a book called Spark. It's the whole name is The New Science of Exercise in the Brain. And I've only read excerpts of it, but it's fascinating. And they do these studies where they have kids that exercise before they go to school, like in the playground. And we used to do that when I was a kid. We'd always play outside before we went in, and their test scores are way higher than the kids that that aren't doing that. And I know that before I'm going to do a presentation, I will usually like do some jumping jacks, or I'll run down the hall or run up the stairs, because your mental acuity will last for up to 3 hours after even just a short burst of activity.
Yeah. So if you can, try to go into something productive, do some work or whatever after you exercise. I know oh, I'm tired, I got to eat lunch, I want to do all these things after I work out, but take advantage of those 2 to 3 hours and get some really good solid work done.
Yeah, and what's cool about this is that while you're exercising, you're doing something that's really good for you on a physical level, but you're also increasing so many other things, like our third point, which is improving your mood.
Yeah, which I feel like everybody across the board can say when they exercise, they do feel better. They're in a better mood. Their brain has had a pause from the stress and the anxiety of their day. That's why some of my favorite types of exercise is to play sports. So I've joined meetup groups, which is free. So if your town has meetup, you can find soccer meetups, volleyball, whatever sport you like to play, or running or hiking or whatever. And so when I play sports, because you're focused on your sport, I noticed that it lets my mind let go of the things that I was worrying about, all the things that I was kind of stressing out about. So then when I get back into life after playing that sport for a little bit, I have a different viewpoint of whatever it was that I was kind of mulling over. My brain's had a break, and I can come back to it with a fresh perspective. So that's what I love to do.
Yeah, it's awesome. And what they found is that exercise can decrease depression in depressed patients as much as taking an antidepressant.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. And the cool thing is that exercise has your body release serotonin. So it produces more serotonin. It also releases endorphins, all the things that make you feel so much better. And I know that it's the last thing that you want to do when you feel depressed is go out and move. But that's what, if you can get outside and move, it's even better. We've talked about the importance of being out in nature before. So really, really important. The fourth thing that exercise does is, and this is actually really surprising, is that it helps impulse control.
Which I never thought of that. I never that's not something that I would immediately associate with exercise. So it's cool.
Yeah, and the reason is that because I'm reading this to you because I was looking this up, because it triggers endorphins, which improves the prioritization function, the prioritizing functions of the brain. After exercise, your ability to sort out priorities improves, allowing you to block out distractions and better concentrate on the task at hand. Yeah. Isn't that fascinating?
So again, do some work, do something right after you work out, and take advantage of that better focus.
Yeah, because it's so easy to when you sit down to work to start looking at Facebook, or start thinking you need to order something off of Amazon, or what time is that show I want to watch on tonight, and all the things that you think you have to do before you can actually work, right?
Yeah.
And then the last thing.
No, wait, there's two more. There's two more.
No.
Yeah, there's 6. There's improves memory.
Yes, what's the 6th one? I don't have the 6th one.
Increases productivity.
Oh, I didn't have that one. You talk about that one. I'll talk about the other.
Well, 5 is improve memory, which that's really that exercise actually helps you to stave off, brain deterioration, Alzheimer's, and actually helps you to keep your brain where you want it to be, obviously, for as long as you can.
And what they did is at Duke, I think it was at Duke, they did a study where they had a group of young students. My memory. They had these students, and they divided them up into 3 groups. They had to memorize a string of letters. And they had one group do cardio, one group lift weights, and one group just sit still and not do anything. And then they tested them, and the group that was actually moving did better remembering the letters, which I think is just really, really
the cardio group. So I was surprised by that, because I always I always consider lifting weights to be the same. So that's really interesting. So if you can even do a brisk walk, get outside for a brisk walk, or do walking lunges around your office, or something like that, help even a little bit helps improve your memory in the long run. So okay. And then 6 increases productivity. That whole saying of if you want something done, give it to a busy person. that is really, really true. When someone who's active and moving and productive, they continue that on. That productivity increases productivity. So that it's when you can get your exercise in, you actually be more productive throughout the day. So I know not everyone can exercise before they go to work, but I know we've been hammering that a little bit, but the more you can exercise earlier on in your day, the better.
For me, it's totally true. You guys usually see us when we're doing these lives that we're in exercise gear, because we're either just got done exercising or we're on our way to exercising, because we know that that's the best way to start the day. And I love that. What was the movie that had the sloth, the two sloths that are working at the DMV?
Oh, that's the cartoon with the rabbit. I forget what it's called.
Oh, shoot.
Zootopia.
Zootopia? Yeah.
Zootopia.
Anyways, if you haven't seen that movie, you have to see the scene where the rabbit is trying to get this information really quick from the DMV, and they go in. There's two sloths, and I feel like this a lot when I am like waiting for someone to do something, or like waiting for someone to cross the street. And so in my mind, it's like, sloth working. And I think that those are people who don't exercise before they go to work. And I think that if they would, they would stop driving me crazy.
Yeah. For your benefit that they work out.
For my benefit that they work out.
And there's one other thing I wanted to add that was back in for impulse control. I find that when I do exercise in the morning, I actually eat better for the rest of the day. Like I make better food choices than because if I don't exercise, then I might not make some very good food choices, and then I go work out in the evening. And so I've missed that opportunity to like have my day start off really well and feel good about the choices that I'm making, both business-wise, life-wise, food-wise, all of it. So that was all I wanted to add.
So whenever you can work out, it's great. But you can hear us both basically saying start your day with some type of movement. And if you can get it, even better if you can take a break during the day and get a little bit of exercise. And then when you go home, maybe get a little bit more of movement with your family. Do something fun like that, or bring your whole family to the gym with you. There's some great kids programs out there. So just to review the 5 ways that exercise is going to increase your productivity and have you have an unstoppable 6. Okay, 6. Okay, you read them.
Okay, increases energy, sharpens focus, enhances your mood, helps with impulse control, which is huge, improves memory, and increases productivity.
So that's all we've got for you today on this episode of Jake and Joy. We're so happy that you've joined us, and share this with your friends if you find value. And make sure that you follow us on all of our social media platforms. We'll put them in the comment section below. Have a great day.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.